And why do you have confidence that you can do that and tell your dad not to worry?
Congressman, because this is America. This is the country I've served and defended, that all of my brothers have served, and here, right matters.
Right matters. If only. Mere days after Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman uttered those words, he and his twin brother, Yevgeny, were fired from the National Security Council simply because they raised concerns about Donald Trump's dealings with Ukraine. They spoke up when they saw injustice and were literally escorted from the White House. Fast forward to today, this afternoon, and Yevgeny Vindman confirming reporting by Politico that the Army is set to promote him to full colonel. But at the moment, Trump loyalists seem equally intent on wronging the rights of the current administration and White House, particularly when they have to do with politicizing the military. After Fox News host Tucker Carlson suggested last week that the U.S. military wasn't masculine enough because it made accommodations for pregnant troops, the Pentagon defended all Americans in uniform. But that was too much for little Ted Cruz, who, let's not forget, helped incite the insurrection 2 months ago. The Texas senator wrote in a statement, quote, "Under Biden, the military is launching political attacks to intimidate Tucker Carlson and other civilians who criticize their policy decisions." We're back with Elizabeth Newman and Tim Miller. Tim, it strikes me, and I'll have to go check my memory, but I don't really remember a statement that forceful defending his father from Donald Trump or his wife.
Well, look, Nicole, I just, sometimes with the faux masculinity shtick from people like Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson's a little bit too much for me to take. I mean, these guys don't have a single blister on their thumb, not like I do either. But, I haven't seen them fighting in the military or throwing any punches. And yet they've got to just sort of do this performative masculine bravado. And it's nonsense. But it's what I think they think appeals. It worked for Donald Trump, right? This is why they're doing it. It's all performative because they think it appeals to the MAGA audience. But, I do just want to say, you showed that clip, which of Alexander Vindman, which I thought of once we finally had defeated Donald Trump and once Joe Biden had won, and of that moment about here right mattering. And here are two guys that have actually put themselves on the line for the country and did kind of show those traditional masculine values of selflessness, of putting yourself at risk for something greater than yourself, something that Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson wouldn't understand. And it makes me so happy that Yevgeny is getting back in and that he's been promoted and that wrong is being righted, because of all of the terrible things Trump did, and there were a million, just one of the cruelest was that idea of perp walking this person that had sacrificed for the country, that had served the country, an immigrant, just for a political grievance against his brother. I mean, it was so pathetic, and I'm just so happy for Yevgeny and for the Vindmans.
Elizabeth, one of the things that's clear from the intelligence assessment that comes out is that what Trump was doing by trying to use the Ukrainians to smear Joe Biden was very much in concert with the Russian disinformation campaign to smear Joe Biden and his family. And to see one of the central figures from impeachment, which I think it's fair to say Trump got off scot-free because Republican senators didn't have the spine to do the right thing. Right didn't matter to the GOP senators at the time. Didn't matter to them this year either. But what do you make of sort of the wheels of government trying to right some of those wrongs?
Much like what Tim said, it actually brings a smile to your face that justice is slowly but surely happening and righting the wrongs that were done to the Vindmans. And I still hope, I have no knowledge, but I hope that there are good people in the Justice Department looking at some of the claims that Mueller found. I was having a conversation with a family member the other day. The Mueller report did not vindicate the president. It just basically said, we can't do anything because he's the president. There's more information that's coming out, and I wonder if a case could be made, if not directly tying the line to Trump, to some of his associates. There is something off about the relationship with Russia, and for the sake of our national security moving forward, people need to be held to account. We need justice, the justice system, which sometimes, rightly needs to move slow. But I hope that they are doing the due diligence and holding people to account for for the many wrongs, especially as it pertained to abusing classified information, abusing our foreign partners and relationships for the sake of his ego and political gain. He needs to be held accountable for that.
And when Elizabeth Newman talks, people in the national security world listen, so we'll stay on that with you. Elizabeth Newman, Tim Miller, thank you both so much for spending some time with us this hour. The next hour